turducken, man. Does it look good? Hold on. Hold on. We're not there. We're not, or I'm not seeing it. Hold on. Oh, wait. It's on live. It's on live. It's live. We got sound.
Look, it's us. It's us.
You've got audio and everything.
So, hey, YouTube. Welcome to the pre-Geaux Rouge show, or the Geaux Rouge pre-show.
Geaux Rouge pre-show.
Geaux Rouge pre-show. We are chilling out. Me and Dylan Ferguson are chilling out with Jim Caldwell from the Baton Rouge Airport. Jim's going to be catching us up on the airport. What's going on?
I'm so excited.
I love it.
I'm going to reduplicate this excitement whenever we get on the radio, but I'm an enthusiast.
All right, y'all stand by. I'm going to kill your mics for 1 second for the intro.
Okay. Another Friday, another Geaux Rouge. Another Friday, another Geaux Rouge show. If you're tuning in, maybe you're taking a break before Live After 5. What time does Live After 5 start? After 5?
After 5. Yeah, that is, yeah.
It starts at 5.
All right, so maybe you're just not even doing Live After 5. Maybe you're just watching and listening to the finest Celebrate Baton Rouge show on Talk 107.3 today. I am Franz Borkhardt. I'm your host of the Geaux Rouge show. I'm here with co-host Dylan Ferguson. We got another fun episode.
I'm so excited. I can hardly contain it.
So the first half of the show is we're going to be showcasing the Baton Rouge Airport. We've got Jim Caldwell with the Baton Rouge Airport. He's going to be chatting with us a little bit about what's been going on there, and more importantly, a very good direct flight from here to D.C. Is D.C. a plan that you like to play in?
I would love to go to D.C. I've never been.
You know what? That's the next progression, us going to D.C.
Oh, man. Geaux Rouge show on the road?
Oh, dude. Well, you know,
on
Brian
the
Haldane.
steps of the Capitol?
So they do D.C. Mardi Gras in D.C. live. Like Brian Haldane, who's
Do you go to D.C. Mardi Gras?
I do.
I feel like it's a Baton Rouge elite class. So like
So it's everybody. It's not an elite class. It's a whole bunch of people. There's a broad brush of Baton Rouge, but not just Baton Rouge. All over Louisiana. It's amazing how you can run into people that are an hour away, and you never see them in real life. But in Washington Mardi Gras, it's on. And knocking out 20, 25, 30 meetings in a day.
Wild too.
So that's the first half of the show. The second half of the show will showcase Dylan Ferguson.
Whoa, me?
Yeah, remember we're going to talk about kind of what's going on in Baton Rouge these days.
There is so much going on. LSU bye week, you might expect. Everything is going on.
So
we have a lot to talk about.
Not a wedding. Are we going to crash a wedding? We could crash a wedding.
We could crash a wedding. We could go to any wedding venue and crash a wedding.
Before we talk about the airport, before we talk about crashing weddings, we need to thank our show sponsor, the Borkhardt Law Firm.
Oh, man, yes.
I'm even wearing they gave me a hat. The Borkhardt Law Firm gave me a hat.
It's so generous.
To celebrate. They're so generous.
Franz, that's so nice. It's so nice that the whole firm backs you up on this.
All firm.
Every single week, the entire firm.
What's hilarious about this is I think Dylan found out last time that there was actually an employee of the Borkhardt Law Firm, and he was like, and so I'm like, yeah, it's actually a law firm and everything. It's real.
I knew it was a law firm. I just didn't know what constituted a law firm. Like, can you be a one-man law firm?
Well, that's another episode for another day, but I will tell you, with modern technology, you pretty much can do everything. Now it's not sexy to do everything. But anyways, Borkhardt Law Firm, finest criminal defense attorney and firm in the multiverse.
I have one question for the Borkhardt Law Firm, if you can run it to them. How many times do I have to co-host the show before my name is mentioned in the intro? When is it going to be?
I think you're getting it pushy there.
It was just a question. I want you to float it to him.
I think when you start sharing the expense of the show.
Float it to him. Okay, I didn't know. I didn't know. I was just curious.
So Dylan works for a company. Here it is. Dylan works for a company called ToastApp. If ToastApp wants to be the official Geaux Rouge sponsor, I am willing to let you. We will redo all of this thing.
Okay, fair enough. I did. So I knew it was a risk, but I had to take it.
Without further ado, we have Jim Caldwell from the Baton Rouge Airport. He is the Marketing and Air Service Development Manager. Jim, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, we've got good numbers. We've almost fully recovered from the pandemic. We're most are measuring enplanements, passenger numbers against 2019, the last pre-pandemic year, and we're at about 95% of 2019.
Wow.
Hopefully it'll be maybe a little more than that, closer to 100% by the end of the year. And 2019 for us was a 10-year high of passenger.
Wow. So even 2019 that we're getting closer to was higher than all the previous years before that.
Yeah, so within a 10-year period.
You're in good company, Jim, because everybody in this room, myself,
yes,
Dylan Ferguson, Brian Haldane, we all love the Baton Rouge Airport.
Yeah, I am a huge
right. Thanks.
I hate traveling.
Mm-hmm.
I hate traveling by plane. I like road driving.
Okay, no.
I like road tripping, but I hate flying. And I got to tell you, if I can take it, really is.
I love flying. Oh, I love airports. I love being in airports.
No, with my exception though is the Baton Rouge Airport. The Baton Rouge Airport.
You spend very little time in it because it's like you're there and then you're.
No, it's not just that though. It's like the chillest airport. Think about this: out of all the airports you go to around the country.
Oh, 1,000%. Baton Rouge Airport is my favorite.
Like I've been to the Santa Fe One Gate Airport, and it is Baton Rouge Airport's more chilled than Santa Fe, New Mexico.
If I could have one thing at the Baton Rouge Airport, one thing to be different, it would be like a higher class of like food and coffee.
Well, we're gonna get.
I know we're gonna get there. I know we're gonna get there.
We're not gonna bust Jim's.
We're not busting. No.
Hey,
I'm just look. It's
and
like
if any of your restaurateurs are listening, we have space and we're willing to lease it.
We are willing. And see, Dylan works in the restaurant industry, so maybe
I really am gonna float this out. I'm an ally of the Baton Rouge.
So
I got a hat. Jim gave me a hat that I'm gonna wear the rest of the weekend.
You should.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful hat.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a Borchardt Law Firm hat, but it's a BTR hat. So I mean, so let's go through the experience. And Jim, I promise you, we are going to be talking about the nonstop flight to DC, which is one of the reasons you're here today.
So cool.
So here it is. Let's talk about the pros. There's very few cons. Pro, you can ease your way into the airport.
Can I tell the story about
the? Go for it.
Okay. Look, so I had to get this vetted with Jim on it. I didn't want to, bust this out. One time I showed up at the Baton Rouge Airport. My flight was leaving at 9:50. The plane stopped boarding at 9:30. I walked in the door at 9:25 a.m. Walked up to the counter and I was like, "Hey, I don't know. I think I have these bags. I'm supposed to get on my plane." And they were like, "Sir, you need to. You can't get to the airport at the time the flight leaves." And in Baton Rouge, I think you don't. If you're listening, don't do that. Get there early.
You should still follow the regulatory guidelines or suggestions.
Follow the guidelines.
However, there is a different dude. Tell me one airport that going through TSA at that airport is better than going through TSA at Baton Rouge Airport.
There is none.
There's none. Now, in the airport itself, you've got the PJ's Coffee, right?
Oh, there is a PJ's there.
There is a PJ's.
Okay.
There's a Baton Rouge gallery section. Did you notice that?
I took photos of it the last time I was there. I thought that was so cool.
So there's art.
Yeah.
There's art.
Yeah.
There's coffee. They've got food. I mean, look.
Yeah, we
popcorn.
Got Wow Cafe and Wingery, and then popcorn. She has hot dogs as well.
Yeah.
And they're vending machines. But the restaurant's got a pretty wide variety of food.
So,
very cool.
So the real reason Jim's
I always get there too close to the flight, so I've never actually tried anything. I've never had time.
So the reason Jim's here today, Dylan, is on June 1st of this year, they launched their inaugural direct flight to Washington, D.C. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Right. And look, the only downside is some of the major cities you'd want to get to from the Baton Rouge Airport. You got to connect, right? That's just the thing, right?
Yeah.
But not Washington, D.C.
No,
so
direct
talk
flight.
to me about the direct flight to D.C.
Well, it was one of our most requested nonstop flights, if not the most requested, that we didn't offer nonstop service to, and it's a big deal because it's a slot-controlled airport, meaning that they're only, because of the space, there's only so many flights that can take off and land in a day, so not anybody can just go.
Right.
So for American, the nonstop flights on American currently leaves at 5:46 a.m., but it goes to 6:30 a.m. On November 5th, with keeping the 8 p.m. return.
Now I can get behind that kind of a flight.
What time was that?
Again, 6:30 a.m. departure.
So you could theoretically roll in at about 5:30.
7:58 p.m. return. So you get a full day, whether it's
for
business
so same day DC.
So the return is the interesting piece to me because it is the same day. Sure, you could go there. You arrive by what time?
You get there about a little before 10.
So before 10 takes you about 30 minutes maybe to get through the DC airport, get all your bags and all that, get to wherever your destination is, have your lunch meeting, go to the Capitol, go see something, and you turn around and come back.
That is so cool. I'm going to do that. That's a Baton Rouge bucket list item there, to take the round trip flight in the same day to and from DC.
So the most popular part of DC for Baton Rougeans It's not the Capitol. It's not the museums. It's not all the amenities of Washington, D.C. It's D.C. Mardi Gras, right?
DC Mardi Gras.
Right.
Right.
So, Brian, you've been to D.C. Mardi Gras. It is the who's who of like.
That's what I said.
It
It's a
covers the
certain
whole
elite-
gambit, though. There's nothing elite about it. It
Super
covers the whole
elite.
gambit. So it's very populated. Let's say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is
love
it like
the
a
food.
party or is it a parade?
It
How
is
does
an
it-
So it's a number.
Experience.
It's a number of different things all wrapped up into one. Everything
Okay.
that you're going to hear about after the fact is the big ball celebration, the parade that's on Saturday night. There's a big more formal dinner on Friday night, and then there's this huge blowout party on Thursday night called Louisiana Live. So that's what you normally hear about when people are recounting stories. But the magic of Washington Mardi Gras happens during the daytime. It happens when everybody you are working on this trip.
What are you doing?
You're meeting with people. You're just
Look, the Baton Rouge Illuminati.
Yeah.
You know, the
yeah,
hands.
Yeah.
The hands that make Baton Rouge.
Yeah, it's not the meeting that everybody knows about. It's
Right,
all the
it's the
secret
Illuminati.
meetings during the day.
So point is, starting in November, later flight, and by later, it's still morning, early flight.
Yeah, we've had some say that the 5:46 departure time was a bit early, so 6:30 we think will be better. And
That's
actually,
so nice.
first about the January 8th or so, it goes to 7 a.m.
So,
But you'll still get there early and still have the evening return. That even though you're
and by the way, cost point wise, very competitive.
Really?
With if you were going to go an hour and a half down the road, we're not going to talk about that airport.
No.
I don't want to fly out of that place.
No. I only if it's necessary, right? Like
Right.
if it's absolutely if I absolutely have to, will I do it? But 9 times out of 10, even if it does cost a little bit extra to go out of Baton Rouge and have to connect somewhere, it's worth it.
So, and that plane holds about. You were telling me that plane holds about what 75.
Yeah, it's one of the newer, larger regional jets. 76 seats. It's got first and coach seating, and the actual seat width and pitch on that particular aircraft, the Embraer 175, is a little bit wider and more roomy than on the average 737 seat. So it's a nice aircraft. And one thing we really are appealing to is the community, since this was one of the most requested flights, and it's such a difficult flight route to get because of the slot controls. We're asking to support the flight because it's not doing as well as we had hoped at this point.
So
It's just 5 months into it, but
Sure.
but the load factor in June it's been lower every month since then.
So it's about a 2-hour flight, right? Right.
Is that right?
2
hours?
2 hours plus or
2.5?
minus.
Yeah.
Okay. And then is DC Central or Eastern?
Eastern
So you're gaining an hour when you go in.
when you
right?
go in, right?
So okay. So what can we do to get more people to fly to DC from Baton Rouge Airport? I mean, I'm willing.
School
to-
field trips is the first thing that
sign
comes to
me up.
mind. Like-
So Jim, sign me up, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
the
one thing we're encouraging companies to do of all sizes to encourage their employees to use the service, even consider implementing a travel policy that says if you're going to Washington in an arrival before 2 p.m. or something, you need to take this flight, or vice versa on the return. And even if they just take the nonstop one direction and a connection on the other, that's fine too. But we definitely could use more support on it. It's average in the first 4 months, and of course this is the 5th month. We don't have the load factors yet, but it's averaged about a 63% load factor, percentage of seats filled.
Yeah,
and we really
almost
need it to be closer to 80%.
So-
The average for the Washington hub during that same period has been running about 83%. So we definitely need it to improve. But again, it's still relatively new. But American would like to see some significant improvement in the next 6 months.
So at about 5 months in, though, I guess my question is do you know who's using this flight? Is it business people, politicians? Is it leisure?
It's all.
Okay.
But a higher percentage is business and government travel. The state travel office, all the different state government departments, they do go to Washington a lot. So a lot of it's there, law firms, lobbying firms.
Bunch of lawyers.
Yeah.
And but there's definitely a leisure component because it's a great destination for
So-
It is a
long
destination.
weekend.
Yeah.
All the wonderful
So-
free museums and art galleries.
So for me, I mean, if I were just totally blowing money,
Sure.
I would find a restaurant that I've always wanted to have lunch at.
Oh, in DC and fly up there.
I would
just
make
to
it
eat?
a land at 10-ish, go to lunch, have a good long lunch, not a short lunch. Maybe see one museum, like, for a couple hours. And then just say, you know what, I'm going back home now.
Yeah. it's over.
But the overnight is still, dude, if you think about it, the overnight experience, too, you're still flying at a reasonable time home in the early evening.
Well, that's what I guess I wanted to catch is does it fly every day?
Yes, 7 days a week.
Every day at 6:30.
Yes.
And then comes
Beginning
home
November
every day,
Leaves about 7:58, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. from DC.
Of course, yes. Of course,
Yeah.
you gain an hour, so it's
Yeah,
get back in.
get back at the same
before-
time.
Yeah.
I love
We
it.
get it back in about 9:30ish.
That's beautiful.
That's amazing.
Beautiful.
I've never thought about that, but I really could on the next like 3-day weekend.
And-
the next,
And while I'm
I might do it in
You
November.
go up Saturday morning. You got all day Saturday, spend the night maybe, come back Sunday evening. That's 2 full days, and
Yeah.
and then you don't run out
Well,
of things to do. With
you
all those
know,
No, of
things in
course.
Washington.
so I was supposed to go to the Holy Land in 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
That those plans got canceled.
Sure.
I
Yeah,
wasn't
we're
going
not
to say
doing that.
blown up because even I
Oh,
have
no.
a certain amount of reverence for that. So so I've got this 10-day window that I don't have court. I don't have anything scheduled because I had cleared out my schedule. And
You
so
want to hang out that week?
I'm kind of thinking. I was thinking Dallas for a little bit, but I can really go Baton Rouge to Dallas, and then I could go Dallas to Baton Rouge, and then Baton Rouge to DC.
Yeah. You
I
could.
mean, I could. I
what
mean,
would you do in Dallas?
So there's some.
I know that's
things-
not what we're talking about here, but I'm just so curious.
So to answer your question, there's some food joints that I love. They've got some phenomenal Asian restaurants there.
Okay.
There are some museums, and then
Gotcha.
there is I'm ridiculously Catholic these days,
Oh,
and so there's
there
a
it is.
national shrine
Yes.
in DC, but in Dallas, but there's also a national Catholic shrine in Washington D.C. that I really want to see as well.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Get off the
yeah,
plane,
you could
go
have
to
a
the-
whole,
go to
you could
the
have your
church.
own little pilgrimage here in the States.
I mean, it's not Tel Aviv, it's not Jerusalem,
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
right. Right.
it's Baton Rouge Airport. And by the way, while I'm praising this airport, do you know that I've never had an issue getting my baggage?
No, never.
When I land, and it's not like the confusion chaos of okay, where's my bag? No, it's right. It's yeah.
No, Baton Rouge Airport is perfect parking experience, perfect walkthrough. Everything's covered. I can always make it there without getting wet.
Well, you know they have
everyone
a
is
cell
super
phone.
nice.
They have a cell phone waiting area too, right?
What? Yeah. What is that? I don't even think I've ever had to use that because I could just like roll up and pick whoever up
Yeah,
most of the time.
as long as you stay with your vehicle, you can pull up terminal front. But it's for people who get there a little bit earlier, or Uber and Lyft drivers use it.
And do they usually have? I mean, drivers in and out of there, right? So even if I don't have somebody who can come pick me up, pretty easy to get an Uber.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
So, Jim, if I want to get more information about flights, I mean, I know people are more than capable of getting flight information, but if I wanted to get more information about the airport or specifically this DC flight, where would I go?
Well, flybtr.com, our website,
Flybtr.com.
has
Flybtr.com.
information. And then, of course, for checking the flight availability and fares, AA.com for
AA,
American
yep.
Airlines would be the place to go. And, we're pushing the Washington flight because it's so important to the community, and we need it to improve. But, we've got service on Delta with mainline, Boeing 717 jets, over 100 seats to Atlanta.
I thought so. I thought Delta goes to Atlanta. Yeah.
United to Houston.
yeah. So
American
I was-
also to Charlotte and Dallas.
So I
Oh,
was
American to Charlotte.
just about to ask, like, what are the direct flights that I can go from Baton Rouge? Okay, so one more time, let's go through this.
So you got American to their the largest airline in the world, American to their 2 largest hubs, Dallas and Charlotte, and then Washington is also a hub, so you can make great connections there to New York, Boston, Philadelphia, places in the Northeast, and then United to Houston, one of their largest hubs, and of course Delta to Atlanta.
You know what I'm hearing right now? is
Largest
that
airport hub in the world.
I never have to drive to the New Orleans airport again. Like as a Baton Rouge resident, what I'm hearing right now is that I can just drive.
Let's be honest.
Yeah,
Can we
you can
just
get anywhere in the
Jim?
world. from
Jim,
here.
you don't have to
Yeah.
You
chime
might
in.
connect, but you'll get anywhere in the
So,
world.
Jim, you don't have to chime in on this one. This is not a Baton Rouge airport position, but as excited as everyone is about this train and the fact that it drops people off at the New Orleans airport, I'm not really. That doesn't.
Does it
blow
go
my-
into the quarter? Does it go like, deeper into
I
town?
don't know, but it doesn't
It
blow my
goes
mind.
it goes near the quarter.
Okay,
The train station's not too far from the Superdome.
that's cool.
That's
I'm
where I
in-
want to
I'm
be
in-
dropped
I'm in-
off.
I'm into
That's
that.
where I want to be dropped off. Right at the Superdome.
It's close enough. You just put your walking shoes on.
yeah. Yeah.
If you're going,
Body
to,
armor
if you're
and-
going to a Saints game,
Okay.
that's relatively good. But
I'm
the
not
quarter,
taking a train.
The quarter's another Uber right away.
I'm not.
But when is
taking
the
a
train coming in 2032? Like, what is that looking like? Can I say that? Is that okay?
No, it's fine because we don't. There's no date yet.
Okay.
An agreement was signed.
So here it
There's
is.
some money in the
Yeah.
works.
Here it is. I'm
Yeah.
not jumping on a train for 2 hours to fly out of New Orleans when I can VIP experience Baton
roll
Rouge
up in
Airport.
Baton Rouge
Yeah.
every time.
And by the way, shout out to the Baton Rouge Gallery again. I used to be on that board.
Yeah.
Baton Rouge Gallery. When you go to the Baton Rouge Airport,
Mhm.
there's like a gallery
Yes,
in the
it's
airport.
lovely. Yeah.
It is delightful.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it's win-win. It's great for our customers to enjoy, and it's a chance for
So,
them to
so
promote.
Jim, I'm putting Dylan on task
Uh-oh.
to find a good restaurant or food trucks or something, because I think that's the thing that is going to take the airport to the next level.
Yes.
Is
You don't have to have a ton of selection. You
could
just
you
need something
imagine
really
a
good.
Kuyans or Cork's food truck?
Oh, man.
Or could you imagine like Barracuda Taco?
What? Yes.
And
I
we
can
will
imagine that.
talk with any of them.
I
We
know. Oh,
actually
yeah.
have had food trucks, especially going to the cell phone waiting lot. We'll be glad to work with any, or inside. We have space in the airport,
So is the
which we will lease to.
so the
restaurants.
airport waiting lot, that's free. If I'm with my car, I can just
That's
take
right.
it there.
So,
Okay.
Cell phone lot is.
So I think I'm just going to go out there and hang out in the cell phone lot.
You know, we actually have some people take their kids out because it's a great place to watch aircraft land and take off. You know.
Whoa,
Dude,
that's a cool
that's
day.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jim, we appreciate you coming on the Geaux Rouge show. Anything else we need to know about the BTR airport or anything that's coming up? I mean, besides this awesome DC flight, direct flight, American Airlines, what else?
Well, like I said, please support the new Washington flight. And when you look at air service, always consider the additional cost of driving to New Orleans, your
Parking in New
of
Orleans.
your time, and all those hassles. And always check BTR. We appreciate that, because when you support the local airport, fly local, it's what helps us grow. You know.
Right.
The
And helps
more-
the city grow,
Yeah.
too. I mean, as
Yeah,
the airport grows, I mean, that's investment
Yeah,
into...
And that's an
our
important
annual
part of the
economic
conversation.
impact is 1.1 billion and over 4,500 direct and indirect jobs based on the last.
What?
Yeah,
study.
and if
So
they don't hunt, they don't eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's incredible. 1.1 billion?
Yeah, because and at the end of the
Yo,
day,
use
the
the airport.
consumers really, to a large degree, determine your air service. The more you utilize what we have,
Well,
the more service
so-
we'll
Yeah,
get.
that we get.
And
Right,
one-
exactly.
And that's why
So-
it's so important to support this Washington flight, to show the airlines that, hey, Baton Rouge will support a new
We will
service.
fly. So
Well-
everyone listening right now...
Well,
is pulling-
traveling to Washington, D.C. is always, to me, the cultural, the historical experience of that.
I've never done it.
Oh, man.
Oh, it's a great city. I mean,
Yeah.
and really, with all the world-class museums, art galleries, you won't get a better place to go for free things anywhere in the country, if not the world.
Wow.
Brian, I'm kidnapping you and Dylan, and we're going to go to
Taking the
DC.
show on the road.
We're going to D.C. and doing a Go Rouge show
Oh,
from the
man.
from the D.C.
Inside the Oval Office.
I don't
The
think
Go- no.
I don't think the Borchardt Law Firm can sponsor that. Maybe Toastap can sponsor that.
Oh, Lord. Here he goes again.
Yeah.
Sorry I
Got
asked.
jokes. He's
Sorry
got
I
jokes.
asked. I'm just going to start chiming in during the intro.
Well, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah, yeah.
Is the PJ's coffee that's out there, and then are you?
I
do you
don't
have
think
a footprint?
I don't think we're working with PJs. We work with CC's, with everyone else. I was doing a tally
Okay.
today. Almost
Okay.
every coffee shop.
Well, look, I've got zero complaints about what you got going on over there, Jim, and I'm very excited. And anything we can do to help support the DC flights, and we're going to have you come back in November. I've already talked to your very nice marketing individual. We're going to have Mr. Mike come on in November.
Mike Edwards, our director,
Yeah.
had a conflict and couldn't make it.
That's
but
okay.
He definitely would
Well,
like to come on.
let me tell you, you like Atlas, you carried this today, and so
Yes.
we appreciate it. Again, that website one last time is
flybtr.com.
flybtr.com. We're going to be hitting our first break, and then the second half of the show is going to be a Dylan
What's
Palooza.
going on? What's going
Dylan-
on?
So what I really want us to start focusing on is I want us to start working on, hey, this is what's going around your town. This is what you need to be doing.
Right.
So we're gonna devote a segment to it. So
I've
we
got
are
some
going to be
stuff.
we're going to be taking a break. Dylan sticking around. Brian, we will be right back. Go Rouge Show.
Yeah, of course. Jim, thank you so much for the hat and for your time.
I
Paying
told
you.
I'll get you some more. You
Yeah.
told the truth.
Yeah.
Well, you know a lawyer who told the truth.
How about very good. He's already catching on. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, Ben once, but I definitely would like to do it again. I think the time I was on, December, I was at the airport. I was at some event, and I know myself on next bar. So, yeah, we'll do it on mic.
No, I remember you came over right as the DC plan was being announced.
Yeah.
And, I gave you. I was asking because y'all missed the women's basketball team going to the Oval Office by like a week. They went. Yeah, I was like, golly, if Kim Mulkey would have pushed back by a week, y'all would have been this dream launch. I know. I know. So, yeah. No, we need to get you back on.
Yeah, we'll do it again on mic.
Oh yeah, where was
Thursday, it was at that new Pelican.
Pelican to Mars?
Yeah, with the dog. The dog.
Yeah, Pelican to Mars pet friendly bar.
Have you been there?
No, but I did meet with them about their new concept going near LSU.
What's that?
They're putting a new, I forgot what it's called, toasted pumpkin foods. I told them, I was like, guys, toast is in the name. You have to choose toast.
Good. Thank you, Jim.
Jim, appreciate it. Yeah.
Dude, I really want to fly. I'm not just saying this. I really want to fly to DC.
I do too, and I really love this hat.
So
I'm not
he
just
was
saying
telling
that.
me
This is
we're not.
really nice.
This is the behind the scenes. Like he was. I asked him bluntly. Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
cool. So YouTube. I asked him. I said, "Look, what are these flights run?" And he goes,
Oh,
"Well, it just
yeah.
depends." He said, "It just kind of depends, right? There sometimes it's high 200s. Sometimes it can be last minute. It can be even higher. But if
High
you think
200s isn't.
that's not bad at all
That's
for a
not-
flight.
No, to DC, like that's what I would expect.
Well, and I don't know. So the other piece is what I've also observed flying is with a lot of
We
the
left this
airport.
thing. Do you think he needs that?
Go, Ron. So the other thing is, like, have you noticed the hidden fees? You notice the hidden fees at airports, like, oh, you have to pay per bag, or oh, it's
I'm very much a low maintenance traveler, so I've got the backpack and the suitcase.
that would
That's
be
it.
nice if I can go somewhere that I own.
So
This is a really nice pet folio, by the way.
right,
Have you seen this? Have you seen it?
yeah.
I need to start getting my.
Quick brain action.
I need to get some.
You know, I wish y'all could have gotten around to what's next, because I look, one of my favorite things about this show is having the opportunity to dream. You know, where should Baton Rouge be headed?
So we talked to him a little bit about that, and what he said was their goal is that a gift?
No, I just didn't catch it.
That's right. Leave it right there. That will be a good opportunity for Brian to get him. So what's next? I was musing with Jim Caldwell before we went on air, and we were talking about they want to get a hotel on site,
Right.
with a restaurant.
Oh no, I'm at direct flights. Like, what
Oh.
city are we
Oh.
targeting next?
Well, that's interesting.
10 seconds back. Hang tight.
Welcome back to the Geaux Rouge Radio Show. This is your host, Franz Borkhardt. I'm here with Dylan Ferguson, our co-host. Brian Haldane's on Master Controls. If you just now tuning in, you missed a wonderful first segment.
That was so exciting.
With the Baton Rouge
my
Airport.
brain is still reeling with that question we just asked on the break. Where would you go if you could add any city to the Baton Rouge Airport's repertoire?
So if
what
it's
would it
too
be?
far, but I would really like a direct flight to Denver.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's not too far. They've done that before. The airline they were connected with was not the best, but the service out of Baton Rouge was fantastic.
Denver.
Remember Frontier Airlines?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I thought that we used to have one.
So
yeah.
Denver would be one.
Okay.
Do we have a direct flight to like Nashville, or is Nashville a major hub? I don't know.
I feel like you're
I
aiming
I
too low.
want to say no. Nashville would be perfect.
Nashville, I think would be
I
a
want
great.
New York. I want a direct flight to New York.
Chicago.
No, I've never been. So I really can't.
So maybe that's our next conversation in November with the airport is what's next, right?
Yeah.
Which leads us into not just what's next, but what's going on.
Oh, what is happening around us?
So this half of the show is going to showcase Dylan Ferguson.
Wow.
We're going to be talking about some of the things that are going to be going on around Baton Rouge in the near future. And look, before we do that, we need to thank our show sponsor, Borkhardt Law Firm.
I was wondering if we were going to get to thank them again.
I mean, it just feels right.
Yeah,
It feels
we should
right.
send them like a card or like a.
Well, I talked to the folks at the Borkhardt Law Firm. And
Yeah.
it's a full-service criminal defense firm.
Of course.
And look, I talked to them, and they said, look, if somebody calls the firm and said, hey, we heard about you from Geaux Rouge, they are willing to give a slight, not very big, but a slight discount.
Did they put a number on it?
We're not in a position to put numbers on things. So that being said, look, we're always trying to change it up. And look, one of the things I used to do a lot more frequently with the Geaux Rouge Facebook and social media was if somebody was doing something, I would
I want to know about it.
right. This week we had an Asian festival.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know about what's going on.
Do you
right?
know where I go most of the time? I didn't for this segment, but most of the time.
Advocate?
I love this advocate. I do. No, the Baton Rouge subreddit. There is a saint on the Baton Rouge subreddit who every single week posts something
About what's going on?
about what's going on, and it's always like really neat events. It's not just like the stuff. I mean, the stuff that we're going to talk about is really cool. You may know about some of it, but now you're going to hear about it again. We're going to get some cool details about it. But yeah, Baton Rouge subreddit is a hot spot for Baton Rouge news.
Okay, well, let's kick it off, man.
Let's kick it off. You ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
First things first. We're going to go a little bit outside the city. First
Okay.
things first. We're
Is
gonna
this
go,
like proximity-wise? Are we
this
talking
is
like this
proximity.
weekend?
We're in GBR.
Or are we talking this weekend?
We're
or-
talking this. Oh, this is all this weekend.
Okay,
buddy.
good. That's
oh,
it.
buddy, we're on an LSU bye week. We don't have enough time to talk about everything going on in Baton Rouge. First things first. The Acadian Festival in Plaquemine. I had never heard of that one. Do you know about that
What
one?
is the Acadian Festival?
So Acadian Festival, celebrating Acadian culture at the Bayou Plaquemine Waterfront Park. Wow. Hi, I'm on the radio.
So that's a less than 30-minute drive.
That is a less than 30-minute drive. It is just right before you cross a little bridge, like going into like what I call Plaquemine proper over
Okay,
there, right?
I got it.
It is the most serene space. Like I passed there coaching basketball. If we got to go play St. John of Plaquemine,
Right.
you drive right past there. Citizens Bank, the original Citizens Bank, by the way,
I didn't know that was
is right
local.
there as well. Yes,
Yeah.
Citizens. They started in Plaquemine.
That's very cool. That's good to know. So tomorrow they're having a gumbo cook-off. Can you imagine like all those WBR West Baton Rouge residents
Oh,
gumbo
I bet you
cook-off?
that. I bet you
That
that's
is going to be fire.
How much is that? How much is it to attend? Or is it one of those?
Aye.
Or is it one of those where you get there and if you want to eat when you want to do stuff, you can spend some money?
That was the vibe I got. I didn't
That-
see like an overall like admission price
Okay.
on the website, but I'm
Buy
sure
some
there's probably
tokens
something.
or yeah. And
I
that's
have to-
this weekend.
That's this weekend. That's happening. I think it's probably happening right now. It's happening tomorrow. They have the gumbo cook-off. They have rides. They have a beauty pageant. You could be Franz. You could be Little Miss Plaquemine. I don't know what the title is. Acadian
There's
Queen.
no scenario where I can be Little Miss
Little Miss
Plaquemine.
Sure, you could.
Speaking about criminal defense in the border law firm.
So, music by L.A. Southbound and Studio 4.
Well, you're a music guy. Is that a
tomorrow
band?
night.
Is that a good band?
Those are bands. Sunday, I love this. Sunday, they're going to have the Saints Raiders game on.
Okay.
So you're going to be like at a fair.
Colts. Oh, is
Colts?
it this weekend?
It says Saints Raiders.
Saints are playing the Colts on Sunday.
That's what I said. Yeah, Saints.
Well, they
Colts.
get
Let
an
me
E
just-
for effort. They'll play some
yeah.
Saints game.
And then music by the Rockin' Mozart Music School and the Justin Cornett Band.
I think
So
that's
that's happening in Plaquemine this
that's a stone's throw away. So
That
okay,
is
I'll give
right
that.
across- right across the
Everville
board.
Parish, I will give you is a Baton Rouge outing. Yeah,
I'm going to give you a brief. So this is a little further down the road. This is what I'm doing tomorrow, if you want to know.
Okay, go for it.
Black Pot Festival.
What's Black
in
Pot
Lafayette. I've always wanted to go. I don't know a ton about it.
I love the fact that we're leaving Baton Rouge for this.
Look, we're coming
segment.
back to Baton Rouge. We're coming
Okay,
back to
so
Baton Rouge.
Tell me about the Black Pot segment.
Black Pot Festival. It's a bunch of guys cooking, or guys and gals cooking in black pots.
Like cast iron.
Cast iron pots, so like think gumbos, stews, cobblers. They have all different categories for all these different things. It's $40 a ticket.
That's not bad.
You just walk around, eat
you
out
get-
of people's campfire pots all day. Music, dancing, Cajun stuff.
Things can get trouble. You can get in trouble in that.
I can have a great time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I
Okay.
like that, and that's in Lafayette.
That's in Lafayette.
Where in
That's going
Lafayette?
down tomorrow. Good question. Google it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not 100. That one wasn't part of the segment. That just happened.
But if
just
you
now.
Google, okay, to be fair,
Google Black Pot Festival,
in
Lafayette.
Lafayette. Okay.
Yeah, everyone knows how to use Google. It's on your phone. Act like you haven't. All right, happening here in Baton Rouge with more details for Franz, so he knows exactly how to get there. The Louisiana Book Festival. Did you know about that?
I do actually know about. You and I have a mutual friend that works for the library system, and was mentioned in that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where's that at?
That's downtown. That's like
Okay.
in the Capitol area, like near with the end of 4th Street.
Into 4th Street, right in front of the Capitol Museum, and I believe that's the State
And
Library.
this
that's
is the
across
place
street, and
to
then
buy or get books, not necessarily burn books.
No, we do not burn
Burn-
books at the book festival.
No, it's not Germany.
Yeah.
Or World War II Germany.
Never mind. I'm gonna keep going.
I'm German. I can say stuff like that.
You can say that. I was just gonna reference like another state that might do that as well. Downtown Baton Rouge, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. It is a delight. It is so nice.
what happens at the book festival?
So the book festival, you're gonna have speakers. You're gonna have like different Louisiana writers who are there talking about their books. You're going to have more books than you could handle. Most of them about the state, published in the state, and then they have this really cool walkway of self-published authors.
Okay.
So people who have written like comic books and like love stories and like all these different things. It's a really, really cool place to go and pick something up.
Is there a price point on that, or is
No,
it kind of-
totally free. Free festival.
Okay.
Buy the books.
So we're back at Baton Rouge.
We're back in Baton Rouge.
Downtown Baton Rouge. Get to the library festival, and then maybe go to the Black Pot or go to Plaquemine.
Well, after you finish the book festival, if we're staying in Baton Rouge, because if you're in those other places, go and have a good time. But after the book festival, the Fifalette Halloween Parade.
Yes.
Have you guys been to that one?
I got a special zombie invitation. To that
You
one.
got a zombie invitation? I had no idea about this. Talking about elite societies going to Washington Mardi Gras. Like,
Well,
this
it's
is definitely one.
It's not the Illuminati, but
Yeah.
so that's a parade, right?
So they have a parade, but I didn't know this about FIFA. Is that how you say it? Is it FIFA-let? FIFA-let? I'm waiting for Elite Brian Haldane to chime in, but
I don't know anything about this.
okay, he's learning. He's learning about this. They do so much. So they
Charity and
so they have the parade Saturday night, right? They hosted a zombie pub crawl around downtown, arts market downtown tomorrow during the daytime. So probably like kind of in conjunction.
Is it a spooky art market?
Spooky, if you want it to be. But this is what I loved. They are organizing a revitalized trick-or-treating movement. So if you're a neighborhood who doesn't have a lot of trick-or-treaters and you want trick-or-treaters, they can come and help you organize that.
Okay.
Help you put together the neighborhood. They provide free Halloween costumes for kids to do.
Wow.
Can you imagine a more touching?
Wow.
That is so kind.
Wow.
That's such a really thoughtful, kind thing.
I mean, if they're good Halloween costumes.
Okay, well,
we're
I'm
talking
not-
like brown bags that have,
no,
like,
no, these
they're
are
brown ghosts.
new or gently used costumes.
Okay,
They take
okay.
donations year round. This
Okay.
is the one that sent me. I almost cried. They provide candy for hospitalized children. So imagine,
Why are you going to a Black Pot festival? You can go do this.
I know. Well, Black Pot was already on the calendar, and
There's nothing wrong with either of those events.
yeah.
Okay.
But I
go.
mean that, and then they also work with the Consortium Kids Court Youth Leadership and Volunteer Program, which it looks like you might know more about. You know about that one?
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Good thing we're doing this segment.
Okay. Well, I actually don't know.
There's
much
a
about
teen court.
Sounds
There's
nice.
a Baton Rouge teen court.
that. Mhm.
Don't know if that's the same thing, but I will say this: it is a great entity. They do they do good stuff, right? And look, it's Halloween.
Mhm.
What are the major things that we think about during Halloween? Yes, if you're a parent, you're thinking about child safety. You're
Right.
You're thinking about, okay, where can I go trick or treating? I'm in that weird nexus to where I host trick or treating,
Okay.
and I may get like 2 or 3 kids in my neck of the woods.
Right.
But I feel like it's, as a homeowner, I don't really get that many. I live near Episcopal, and I really don't get that many kids.
Yeah, you're in a great subdivision.
I'm
It
surprised
surprises
that
me.
that y'all don't get more. I don't
Yeah.
know if I mean where I am, I'm not sure if I am.
I'm gonna buy
get any.
some mediocre candy,
What?
not candy corn. Screw
What
candy
kind
corn.
of mediocre candy are you
Not
talking about?
candy corn.
Candy corn is fine.
I
Candy
wouldn't
corn is
feed the
fine.
dog candy corn.
All
All right, keep going. What do we got?
Okay, well, first, I don't know. FIFA-let Halloween parade. I want to say this one last thing. I would hear about that parade every year, and I'm like, do we need another parade? We already have
No,
so many
it's,
parades.
that's a distinctive. If you can have a St. Patrick's Day parade, if you can have the quasi orgy that is Spanish Town, we can have a Halloween parade.
No, and that's exactly what I came around on whenever I was doing research for this segment. Was like, this organization is incredible.
It's a
and
family-friendly-
I will
yeah.
1,000% be at that parade next year. And I want to get involved with them just like year round. If you're listening,
Maybe if you play your cards right, you can get a zombie invitation.
oh,
too. They had a not a wedding, but a renewal of vows, and it was zombie themed,
zombie theme.
like Halloween zombie themed. I got invited to it. Yeah.
That's so cool. All right. Well, I know you're going to be excited about this one, Franz. Baton Rouge State Fair, back at the State Fairgrounds. Did you guys know that?
Ooh,
Yeah,
I do like a good carny.
Yeah, I do too. I love the State Fair.
Are we
love
talking fried
rides.
Twinkies?
We're talking fried Twinkies. We're talking fried Oreos. We're talking fried whatever you want. We're talking rides.
That makes me feel nostalgic.
Yo, the State Fair, the rides are not the same ones.
All right, talk to me about it.
I mean, so there's no way for me to communicate this well on the radio, I guess. If you're suspended in the air, spinning counterclockwise while also swinging on a pendulum at nearly 180-degree angle to the ground, does that track? Could you envision that? Just
So a
based on
roller
the
coaster,
description?
a spinning roller
It's
coaster.
not a roller coaster. Oh, man. They had that. They had just all the classics. It's a good time.
And
I'm
where is
excited.
that going to be?
That's back at the Baton Rouge State Fairgrounds. It went to Ascension briefly last
So
year
if
Yeah,
you're,
they flirted with Lamar
where
Dixon.
are
Yeah.
the state fairgrounds?
on airline.
Okay,
Almost
Yeah.
towards Prairieville.
so but it's
Everybody
still
knows
about
that.
it's the spirit. I didn't know that. That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
I was hoping that
Everybody
there may
knows
be a
that.
fellow listener who was trying to get information
No.
about an event.
Well, I
Going on right now. In fact, well, if you're listening live, if you're watching it on YouTube later or here in the
Right.
playback, But yeah, if you're listening live, it is going on right now. In fact, our sister station 100.7 The Tiger is out there right now.
Oh,
Brittany
really?
Rose is out there. Yeah.
Come on. Maybe we could have
Dude,
done.
we've got a whole bunch of stuff happening this weekend. We're not done, are we?
I'm not. No, we're not done. We're almost done, but we're not done. Let's see, Baton Rouge Zydeco.
Oh my goodness.
Tell me more.
Yeah, we
Tell
have
me
to. We
more.
have to talk about hockey. Our team is 1-1,
No.
right?
Oh, no, they're 0-1.
Oh no, I just checked the records just a minute ago. We're 1-1, I think.
Are they fidgeting already? Are they lying about their record?
Last
It
night
was on the hockey website. It said 1-1.
Unless they started the season on the road. Last night was the home opener.
Last
and I
night was
thought
the
it was
home opener.
okay. I thought it was the season opener as well.
I think no, because last
All
night
right.
the first goal was scored. It was a high-scoring game last night, 6-3.
right?
That's a lot. in
So,
hockey.
and we have a resident hockey expert down the hall at Eagle 98.1. Scott Robb grew up in Detroit.
okay,
Played hockey his whole life. And so apparently they gave out 4,000 commemorative hockey pucks for the first 4,000 people through the gates,
oh,
which tells me 4,000 people showed up to watch hockey on a Thursday.
I think it filled
which
out.
is awesome. Yeah, it
Yeah.
did. But apparently we don't know hockey very well because when we scored our first goal, and yes, they've been here for all of a game and they're already right? When we scored our first
Until
goal.
they start losing.
That's
Then
what-
it's they.
and so our first goal,
we need a team right now.
about 400 or 500 people threw their hockey pucks onto the ice
Oh man,
in
I think I saw
celebration of
that.
the first
Yeah.
goal. Yeah. And
That only
was
sounds mildly dangerous.
it's problematic when you're on ice skates. Yes.
Yeah. Right.
Now me like hooting and hollering, crazy Baton Rouge type of sports fan. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
Wait, did you go?
No.
Okay.
No, I was at an event last night.
Do not
But
storm the ice.
no, do not
Yeah,
throw
do not
things on the
storm
ice
the
because
ice,
ice
Baton
skates are
Rouge.
very susceptible to, tripping and falling.
Yeah.
It's something that's the width of a penny.
Oh,
But
gosh.
hold on. Let's be honest. Doesn't that sound like a Baton Rouge thing to do?
It does.
That's what I'm saying. Is
That's
that
just so Baton Rouge. I was so
we can't
gung-ho
mess this
about
up.
it.
We can't ruin this. We have
No.
to.
Keep going.
No more throwing pucks on the
All
ice,
right.
guys.
So what else is going on?
They're playing the Columbia River.
Columbus.
Who cares?
Okay.
It's
People
weird-
from
weird-
Columbus.
Yeah, people from.
So as
yeah.
the season wears on, our rival is going to become Biloxi, which is
Oh,
awesome.
Cool.
Which is awesome. That's a great
Yeah.
little if you wanted to make an overnight trip, go down to Biloxi, maybe stay at the Beau Rivage.
Yeah.
But
You don't
take
need to
it
overnight
through
that. You
team.
don't need to do a direct flight to Biloxi.
No. You can
No.
actually drive 12 until it rejoins with 10 and
2-hour drive?
Slidell.
2-hour drive?
Depends on how heavy your foot is.
Okay.
I'd call it 2.5.
Okay.
That's fair
So
enough.
what else is going on?
Well, that is what I had
So
on
what
the
I'm
docket
hearing
for this weekend.
is 3 festivals,
3 festivals,
1 hockey game,
1 hockey game,
a book
a
festival.
book festival,
Okay. So
countless shows, Halloween parties. I mean, I don't know if this is our target market. Radio bars having their
So-
Halloween party tonight. Mid City Ballroom having theirs.
So to quote a good friend of mine, Melissa Thompson, Baton Rouge is one of those towns. She does consulting work, but she's also used to be very involved with the Baton Rouge, the BRAC, Baton Rouge Area Chamber. She used to say, if you don't have something to do in Baton Rouge, that's on you.
It's
Because
true.
there's always something going on in Baton Rouge. So, dude, I tell you what, though, you got Live After 5 today.
Yep.
I mean, besides Geaux Rouge show.
Right.
You got Live After 5 today. So you've got music, entertainment downtown. You got downtown Baton Rouge. You can go to one of these festivals. Dude, I got to tell you, I'm not telling you to leave town, but this Plaquemine Festival has me like my antenna.
You're kind of yeah.
Yeah.
Kind
So
of intrigued by it.
Lafayette, I don't know if I'm willing to drive an hour and a half for
Sure.
yeah. But I do like the idea of a cast iron, like a black pot. Like we could do
Cast
that.
Iron Food Festival.
Why aren't we doing something like that?
I don't know.
Maybe that's the next Geaux Rouge event, a black pot competition.
Here in Baton Rouge.
Right. Well, we're working on
I
Wingamania.
kind of want Wingamania. Yeah.
The problem with Wingamania is we got time to talk about this. Can we be
We do.
I think we have
vulnerable and open.
Yeah.
So the problem with Wingamania was it used to be full charity event. We get the wings donated, and we just find the vendors, they cook up the wings, bada bing, bada boom, donate all the proceeds to charity. Wings are a little bit more expensive, although the price has gone down a little
They've
bit.
gone down a bit. Yeah.
So we've
Wings
gotta
have come back
find-
down to normal
we've-
like 2019 prices.
Yeah, we've got to find a sponsor that's willing to give us the wings. And then from there, I'm just talking to vendors about, hey, Kuyans, are you willing to come cook wings for a competition? Sure. Hey, Brian. By the way,
What?
I talked to Brian about Opie's.
Yeah.
He told me he closed Opie's.
What?
I'm so angry.
Are you
I'm hurt.
serious? Is that true?
Yeah.
I'm looking at.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking at Brian
different
Haldane.
Brian.
Yeah,
Not this
Brian.
I didn't close open.
No, Brian Minden.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I'm
I
kidding.
died a little bit inside. That place was so good.
I am devastated by that.
I know. But anyways,
Wow.
so you find the vendors, not trying to air his stuff out, and but
I do want to tell you about a restaurant that's going to be opening soon.
tell me about it.
You want to hear about it in Scotlandville?
Okay.
Get the name of this. Straight out of Scotland.
Is the name of the street?
That's the
I mean,
name of
restaurant?
That's the name of the restaurant. Straight out of Scotland, opening up in the old. Well, I don't think.
What's the theme?
I can say yet. It's gonna be soul food. It's gonna be like drive-through, walk-up soul food. We're gonna have some boiled meat, some plate lunches.
Oh, man.
I met with them today. No, it's Chef Dietrich Brown. She has Victory Catering.
So can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
When you go out there to try the food?
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Can Go
Yeah.
Rouge? Well, I'll have them on the radio, straight out of Scotland,
Oh,
on the Geaux Rouge
Chef
show.
Dietrich is a character, man. She's
Dude,
hilarious.
let me tell you, I have a deep love for soul food, and I have a deep love when we start talking like turkey necks.
Yeah, I told you I went to Cajun Cowboy today over by the
yeah.
airport. That was our airport conversation.
So what is Cajun Cowboy?
Cajun Cowboy? They do boiled meats.
Okay.
They do lots of stuff. They have like fried fish, fried shrimp.
like plate lunch, or like
It was a box. I took a picture of it. I mean, no one can see it on the radio, but you can see it here, and we can just get your reaction recorded. This is what it looked like.
oh man,
It was a full box
Turkey
of
necks are so
turkey
delicious.
necks. What appeared to be the back of a turkey.
reasonably priced.
That was $12.95. This
Well,
box of
turkey
food,
necks are not exactly expensive
$12.95,
commodities.
dog, with corn and potatoes.
Let me tell you
So-
something. I need more soul food. It's not cultural appropriation though. If I'm like, I want to eat soul
No,
food,
you can enjoy soul food.
I can
That's
enjoy
fine.
soul. It's if I'm a white
Maybe
dude.
if you opened a soul
if I'm a white
food
dude opening a
restaurant,
soul food place, that's
yeah,
cultural appropriation.
that might be.
But,
I think
but
there
dude,
may be someone
so
in town doing
straight
that
out
right
of
now.
straight out of Scotland. Wow. Straight out of Scotland, and then Cowboy.
Cajun Cowboy.
Cajun Cowboy. Okay.
You got to know.
So
You
places
gotta know.
to
What
eat.
are
in
you
Baton Rouge.
going to get up to this weekend? Are you going to hit
So-
up any of these festivals? Are you going to go to the fair? Are you going to take the boy to the fair?
Saturday, no, I don't have the boy this weekend, but I do have a yard pass tonight, so I'm thinking about going and getting some. So sometimes I like eating by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I know that sounds sad, but no, you ever just want to go eat someplace
Oh,
by
I
yourself
do that a lot.
and just
Yeah.
sit and maybe read a book or whatever.
Mhm.
So tonight it's going to be Asian themed. We were
Okay.
talking about a spot before the show
Yes,
started.
Asian Seafood House.
Oh my gosh.
That's where we're going to go for my birthday.
Oh my gosh.
I'm telling you.
So
we're going to
good.
pack the house. We're going to get tons of food with the lazy Susans on the
So,
table, pass it around family style.
Tomorrow night, Brian and I have a mutual couple of friends that are having a anniversary thingy in Prairieville. So I'm going. I've been invited to go as someone's date to that. That's yeah. And then Sunday, you know what? You know where I hang out a lot on the weekends?
Where?
Red Stick Reeds. I will get a cup of
Ah.
coffee. I'll buy a
Mhm.
cup of coffee from nearby. I will go to Red Stick Reeds, hang out and talk to the owner. But yeah, I don't. It's
Leola's is my Saturdays.
But I gotta
Did you
tell
know that? Leola's. Oh, you've come with me.
I know.
You've come with
I
me.
guess,
to Leola's
I guess
on
I don't leave a
Saturday.
leaving impression on you.
Oh boy.
I want to go to the book fair now. Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, I want to go support that. I think that would be a fun thing. And in fact, I'm going to try to get my kid's mom to take him there.
He would love it.
Yeah. So
Because it's a
look,
lot of kids.
It's
stuff.
built for kids.
It really is
Yeah.
built for kids.
well,
yeah,
I'm,
it's a,
I'm
it's
like a
kid
child
day.
on the inside. I'm like a
Yeah,
child
but it's
on
an
the
adult
inside.
thing too. You have lots of fun. There's lots of history and science.
So
Books.
that's about it. Thank you for doing this segment, man. Thank
Thanks,
you,
man. Oh, I'm so glad
we'll
enjoyed
work
it.
on your location, echolocationing. But
Well, you know.
but look, we have to wrap this up. We're going to take our leave, and look, stick around. Next week we'll have another Geaux Rouge show, and if you have ideas for show topics, please email us at info@GeauxRouge.com. info@GeauxRouge.com. I'm booking my flight for DC. Hopefully you'll be doing the same.
Same.
Dylan, Brian, have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.